Welcome back, folks. Winning a championship of any kind at any level is a memory that sticks with you for a long time. But being able to share that memory with your son, that's got to be every father's dream. And 3 dads at Unity Christian have fulfilled that dream with their sons.
There was a couple of seconds left and Kemp had the ball. And I'm like, we're about to win this game. In his biggest game, state championship. And I was just like super happy.
The Unity Christian Knights would claim a 2A state championship this season as Braden Harskamp, Tice Van Dong, and Micah Van Dong, along with the rest of the Knights, would earn the title of state champions. The same title that trio's fathers were able to claim in 1994, and seeing the buzzer sound on their son's championship brought back a flood of memories.
The memories that I remember just hanging out with the guys and the group of guys that we got along. They're still, obviously friends today and do things with them today.
At state, I remember getting up every morning, walking across the street and going for breakfast with the team. Just some of those little things that just have always stuck with me, and I think it's all about the camaraderie.
Those memories from that 1994 season have lived on in stories that have been passed down to this generation of Knights.
I'd hear stories quite often. I got told he's a pretty good passer. So I mean, I've grown up with 2 older brothers too, so I mean, there's stories every other week.
Oh, all the time. He would always tell me how good he was back then. I know me and Tice would get together and we'd watch the clips of him playing, and we'd always want to do it ourselves too.
And in 2026, the new generation would create their own stories to pass down, doing it right beside their fathers.
Oh, we just hugged, and there was a lot of emotions, and kind of just like we did it. I mean, we both been dreaming about this my whole life.
It's a journey. We've watched them improve as basketball players. I think more importantly, we've watched them grow as men and godly men, and to see them mature is what the real blessing is. The basketball is an added bonus.